Before you can lead a team, we must first learn to lead who? Ourselves, right? Before you can lead a team, before you can attract a big team and develop leaders, we must first learn to lead ourselves. So let's talk about that today. The first thing it takes to lead ourselves is to manage our emotions. Manage our emotions. Are you a loose cannon and you get easily triggered and pissed off by things and then blow up at people? Or are you a sinking cannon where you get easily discouraged and easily depressed when things don't go your way? One of the biggest things I've had to learn was how to manage my emotions, discipline my disappointments, and love what is. In fact, there's a book by Byron Katie called Loving What Is, and just accepting that it is what it is while we're going to where we want to go. Now, the antidote to having bad things happen in our lives and us getting upset about them is fueling up. Because as a leader, you give all week, and sometimes you feel so depleted. Raise your hand if you've ever been there before. Well, the antidote is to fuel yourself up so you can overflow and feel that when you're giving your love, your time, and attention to other people, that it's not taking away from you. Because sometimes when I do feel depleted, I'm like, I can't answer one more question or respond to one more text message or help my child with this thing that they're needing help with right now because I'm just spent. But when we are full, then it doesn't feel like it's taking away. Does that make sense? Olympic athletes, when they're competing for the gold medal and they win the gold medal, how do they win the gold medal? By kicking everybody else's butt in activity, of course. But the second thing is by taking care of themselves and fueling up for that moment. An Olympic athlete wouldn't stay up all night and party all night. They get good sleep. They go to bed early. Who's been staying up late recently? I know if I start looking at my phone before I go to bed, an hour goes by and I'm like, what in the world did I just waste my hour doing? And then my mind is restless and I can't relax. So put that phone away an hour before bedtime, put it to bed like when you put your kids to bed, right? Put them to bed first, and then you have your private time to wind down. Get good sleep. An Olympic athlete has to have full sleep every single night. Well, same in business. We are Olympic athletes in the business community. Hydration. Dr. Daniel Amen, who wrote Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. Now, it's not one of those positive affirmation books like it sounds like. Change Your Brain, Change Your Life is actually about changing the biochemistry of your brain. He's a brain doctor and he does brain scans here in Newport Beach. And he'll actually look at a brain scan of someone who has Alzheimer's or dementia, depression, or had severe brain injury. And then he works with the patients to increase the neural pathways. And then later he'll show a brain scan of the person after he's helped them change their brain. So how did he do it? He says the secret is hydration. Hydration. Are we drinking enough water? Or are we drinking the things that dehydrate us, like soda, caffeine, I think it's called diuretics or whatever, where they dehydrate you. So if you love your coffee and you love your tea, also drink extra water to keep up with that, right? To flush it out. And he says when you increase your hydration, it increases the blood flow to the brain, and the brain loves that. The brain loves it. It makes it literally a happy brain. The human emotions become happier when there's greater blood flow to the brain. Eating nutrient-rich foods like kale and spinach instead of the taco and the pizza, which are empty calories. Tastes good while it's going down, but then the body says, I want more. And that's why we find ourselves still being hungry afterwards. Olympic athletes would never eat, 6 hot dogs before doing their big marathon. No, the Olympic athlete will eat their boiled eggs and their, their salads and healthy carbohydrates before their competition. And then, of course, exercise. By exercising, it not only puts you in a good mood because of the endorphins, but exercise also helps increase blood flow to the brain. So in managing our emotions, we need to be 100% conscious and intentional about self-care, because self-care is not selfish. Self-care is so you could be a better person to your spouse, your children, your family, and the people that you serve. If you don't feel good, then you don't feel good. Who's ever been cranky? Every time I'm cranky, and it happens to me because I'm human, right? And I get off my track and I forget to drink my water, or I stay up late because there's a really great movie that's on, Netflix that came out, and I don't feel good the next day. And when I don't feel good, then I don't feel like doing other things. I don't feel like doing my calls. I don't feel like, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm grumpy. And there's an acronym called HALT, where HAULT. Anytime you're feeling anxious or upset or cranky, you need to see, am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I thirsty? Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Or am I thirsty? T can also stand for tired. Okay, so double T, tired. Typically for me, it's tired. I didn't get enough rest, so then I need to just close my eyes and take a power nap. And then I feel so much better. And then I feel like I can take over the world after I take that power nap. But before, I feel like the world is over. I can't do another minute of whatever I'm trying to do. So take care of yourself. Now, when the going gets tough, I want to encourage you to choose your animal properly. When the going gets tough, are you an ostrich where you bury your head in the sand? Are you a turtle where you suck into your shell, right? Want to just hide from the world and make it go away? Or are you an ant? Those damn ants, they just keep on marching, don't they? And they keep on going. And then if you like deter, last summer, my kids, there were like ants everywhere. We lived in Irvine, California last year, where there was it's basically a big, huge ant hill. They built millions of homes or thousands of homes on a big, huge ant hill. And it's gorgeous. It's one of the most desirable places to live, except there's ants every summer. So I remember where we had like an ant invasion, and the children were trying to like spray certain parts, like part of the ant line, to try and stop them from coming in. They were spraying Windex or whatever. And of course, those poor set of ants died, but the other ants decided to just build a pathway around them and kept on going. That's what ants do. But of course, none of us want to really think of ourselves being an ant. So how about a horse? A horse where you stride with beauty and grace and you keep on trekking forward, right? That's where the saying comes, he works like a horse. When the going gets tough, just remember that the ants and the horses keep going. So choose your animal. Say when the next time you have an obstacle, when someone doesn't show up, when you're depending on them, that you're just going to keep on going. When a deal goes south and, it hurts your cash flow or whatever, you're just going to keep on going, right? Keep on going, because the next customer, your next sale is just a few more new exposures and a few more follow-up calls away. So keep on going. Now, when it comes to finally leading others, what's the secret to leading others? In this business, it's two very simple things. All we have to do is to point people towards the system and then speak words of encouragement to them along the way. Point the people that we lead towards the system, so you never have to have the answer. That's the beauty. The answer is already there. And you could just point at it, point at the website, point at the resource, point at the training, point at the system. Anytime someone calls you with a challenge, the answer is always right there. We just need to find where is it on the team website, or where is it in the back office, right? Where's the answer? And then speak words of encouragement to them along the way. Because in the entrepreneurial world, words are like oxygen to the soul. It's like water to the body. And you can either spring life or produce death upon your words and what comes out of your mouth to somebody. Same thing in our relationships. Are we saying loving things, or are we saying critical things to the people that we love most? Unfortunately, the people that we say the most critical things to are the ones that we love most. So I have to constantly do a mouth check on my mouth, and make sure that what's coming out of my mouth is loving and kind and encouraging. Now, I'll end by just sharing, for you to stay encouraged and know that you are destined for greatness. You know how I know you're destined for greatness? Because you were designed for a great purpose. He made you uniquely you to fulfill a role that no one else can, to impact that one person or the entire world with your special gift that he gave to you. In Jeremiah 29:11, God said, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a bright future." I know that you were created for amazing and incredible things. And that gift that God gave specifically to you, he wants you to use it. He wants you to use it to help others. And that is what we do in this business. We help others. The only way to succeed and win in this business is to help somebody with our services. And the only way to succeed is to help others with our business, right? So just know that you have an incredible future in front of you, and what you're doing is significant. There is huge purpose in what you're doing here and changing other people's lives. Through your touch, through your words of encouragement, through your interaction, you are the minister that God is using to reach other people. And it is your circle that I can't reach, but only you can. It is your town and your community that I can't reach, but only you can. So it is up to you. You are able to relate to people that I cannot relate to. Would you agree? People will listen to you. Certain people will listen to you more than they'll listen to anybody else. And so just know that you are destined to do incredible and amazing things here. So stay encouraged and know that the only way to fail is if you quit.